Hello, Holliston, and welcome to Holliston Tondorf Baseball on HCAT TV. Welcome to Cassidy Field Complex in Medway. We're at Santos Field for the Saturday afternoon matchup between the Holliston Panthers and the Franklin Panthers. I'm Brian Winston along with cameraman and co-producer Mark Dennison to bring you today's game, the first of our second season of Tondorf baseball coverage for Holliston Cable Access Television. They demanded we come back for another season after such high ratings last summer. The Panthers are at 3-0 atop the standings in the Tondorf League. Franklin at 2-1. But Franklin, an offensive juggernaut at the moment, 33 runs scored in 3 games, while only giving up 17. Holliston at 3-0, 26 runs scored, and only 13 runs against so far. So this should be a fantastic matchup of 12-year-old baseball today. The teams are just warming up. Bit of a delay after this morning's rain, but it's turned out to be a beautiful afternoon here in Medway. 83-degree game time temperature. First pitch coming up. And Holliston takes the field here at Santos Field in Medway. Important matchup today. First place on the line. A win today for Holliston, they'll stay a perfect 4-0. A win today for Franklin will bring these two teams together in a tie. Number 10, Sean O'Neill taking the mound today to start for the Holliston Panthers. Let's take a look at our fielders today. Left to right in the outfield, we have in left field Andrew Lee. Nobody hotter than Andrew Lee right now with the stick. In center field, Andrew Dennison, and in right field, Brady Sweeney. So left to right, that's Lee, Dennison, and Sweeney. Our infielders today at first, Owen McCarron. Second base, Nick Larsh. Shortstop today, Kevin Rudowitz, and at third, Terrence MacArthur. Catching today is Joe Gentile. And again, Sean O'Neill on the mound. Panthers assemble per their tradition to start the inning at the mound. And coming up for Franklin will be number 19, Luke Sidwell. Number 19, Sidwell, as he hustles into the box. Left-handed batter to start the game for Franklin. First pitch coming up on this beautiful June afternoon. Fakes the bunt, and it's a ball low, 1-0 to Sidwell. O'Neill lines and delivers. Again, the bunt. He squares the bunt, Sidwell, and that one is right down the plate, right down the middle of the plate for a strike. 1-1. Just outside, a little low and away, 2-1. It's inside. That'll be ball 3 now, 3-1 to Sidwell. O'Neill coming off an extended break from pitching due to an arm injury last summer. Pitched a little bit in the spring. And just missed there for ball 4. Very close. Perhaps the ceiling today is at the letters by this home plate umpire. One umpire in these regular season Tondorf games. Up to the plate, another lefty. It's Tyler Boudreau, number 20. Sidwell on first. A low and inside strike there for O'Neill as he gets ahead of Boudreau, 0-1. Winds and delivers. That's in the dirt. Good scoop by Gentile. Looks him back at first. 1-1 to Boudreau. That's a ground ball to Rudowitz at short, steps on second, fires to first. It's a 6-3 double play unassisted. Fantastic job there by Rudowitz. Fielding that ground ball, staying low, having the footwork to touch second, and firing it over to McCarron at first to get 2 outs there on that one play, and now 2 down bases empty for Jacob Crucilio. And he takes a strike right down the middle. O'Neill getting ahead of Crucilio, number 16, first right-handed batter of the day for Franklin. That's a ground ball to Kevin at short, fires to first. He's got him, and that is a relatively clean inning there for the Panthers. That's 6-3 on the putout, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits for Franklin. Bottom of the first coming up. Bottom of the first here at Santos Field in Medway, and it's the Holliston Panthers' time to bat. Leading off for the Panthers, number 12, lefty Nick Larsh. And that's a ball high and away to Nick. Batting lineup today for the Holliston Panthers: Larsh, Kevin Rudowitz, Andrew Lee, Owen McCarron. And that is laced for a base hit to right field. Good top hand there for Nick, and that's a strong base hit between the first and second baseman. And 1 on and nobody out, and here comes Kevin Rudowitz, number 11, the shortstop. Again, Rudowitz, Lee, McCarron, Sam Winston, Andrew Dennison, Sean O'Neill. And a strike. Appeared to be inside there, but we'll take that call. After Dennison, Sean O'Neill, Terrence MacArthur, Joe Gentile, and Brady Sweeney. And that's swung on. It bounces off the pitcher, and there's going to be no play anywhere. Tough play there for the pitcher, and the pitcher of record for the first inning for Franklin is Jack Heaps, number 23. That was a shot right off of him. There's really not much he could do there. That will advance Nick to second. Kevin now on first, and here is Andrew Lee, perhaps the hottest hitter right now in this Tondorf league. And he hits one, a flare to right. It's back at the fence, and number 24 makes a great play at the fence. Andrew, a deep fly ball. I was about to say he has 4 home runs in 3 games this year and just missed another one. So that's a first out today for the Panthers, but that does advance Larsh to third as Larsh tags up, and Rudowitz walks over to second. 1 out now, and runners in scoring position for Owen McCarron, number 7, the big lefty. McCarron digs in 0-1. That's low, and Larsh is coming home. He will score easily on the wild pitch. Rudowitz to third. It's 1-0 Holliston. Panthers very aggressive on the bases. Larsh slides in, 1-0 Panthers. Now McCarron stands in with a 1-1 count, and Kevin on third. That one's fouled off the third base side and into one of the other fields here at this Cassidy Field complex. There are 3 fields, all of the Panther games this year at Santos. It's 1-2 now to McCarron. Low and away, 2-2 now to Owen. On deck, Sam Winston. Heap is high with that pitch to McCarron. It's a full count now to Owen. The pitch, and that is fouled off to the left side and out of play. Still 3-2 here. Good battle by Heaps and McCarron. Rudowitz on third. And again, fouled off. Looked like Heaps took a little off that one. And McCarron stayed with it, fouled it straight back. Just missed it. Full count to McCarron. And that's low in the dirt for ball 4. So a good at-bat for McCarron. And they've got a little rundown here with Rudowitz. and he is out at third. Holliston trying to get a little too tricky there. McCarron heading down to second on the walk, but Rudowitz thrown out at third. And up steps Winston, Sam Winston, number 5. That ball's high. 1-0 to Winston. McCarron in scoring position. That's outside for 2-0. Now 2 outs, McCarron on second. 1 run in for the Panthers. Looking to get another 2-out run here. That's fouled straight. Off to the side. A little ahead of that one, or maybe behind it actually. A little late. 2-1 now to Winston. That's low and outside now. 3-1. Heap's working with a pretty quick pace now, trying to keep these Holliston Panther batters on edge. 3-1 pitch. And that's a base hit up the middle. McCarron rounding third. He holds at third. Winston heads down to second. And it's a base hit for Winston. He advances to second. McCarron wisely holds at third, as the center fielder there was ready to make a nice throw to him. So now Andrew Dennison, number 24, steps up with 2 down, 2 runners in scoring position. And that's a low and away strike. Tough call for Andrew. 0-1 to Dennison. And that's high. Andrew takes that one. High ball 1-1 now. Heap's trying to get out of this inning with 2 Panthers threatening. Ball is low and away. 2-1 now to Andrew Dennison, with Sean O'Neill on deck. And this one is flared off to the right. It's going to be a tough play, and the second baseman makes the catch and ends the Panther mini rally there on that pop up to second. But the Panthers do get 1 run on 2 hits and take the lead after 1. It's Holliston 1, Franklin 0. Top of the second inning here. It is 1-0 Holliston. And leading off the inning for Franklin is number 30, Dan Edgehill, and that is a foul ball down the left field line. He was all over that one. Big Dan Edgehill, number 30 for Franklin, the 4-hitter. Panther players adjusting after that foul ball down the left field line, playing him to pull a little bit more. That's low and away, 1-1. O'Neill looking in for the sign. He winds and delivers. And that's up the middle for a base hit. Dennison fields it nice and cleanly to the cutoff man. And a clean base hit there for Dan Edgehill, number 30. So the leadoff runner on for Franklin. And another lefty. This is Christian Shabik, number 16. The lefty digs in. Runner on first for Franklin. That's a strike from O'Neill. Good spot there. Just on the inside corner. 0-1 to Shabik. On deck, Justin Allen, number 17. That's to Rudowitz. This looks like a mirror image of the first inning, and it is. The same exact play as the first inning, and a huge double play for Holliston. It's Rudowitz taking it by himself and unassisted at second base, and a rocket to first base to get the double play. That erases the leadoff runner. 2 down now, nobody on for another lefty, Justin Allen. That's a ball high. Good defense so far for Holliston. And that's outside to Allen. O'Neill behind 2-0. Working at a fast clip. Winds and delivers. That's low in the dirt. Gets by Joey. It's 3-0 now to Justin Allen. big Holliston fan base today. Fans stacked along the right field fence. There's a strike from O'Neill. It's 3-1. Fans behind the dugout. Fans behind home plate. Beautiful afternoon for baseball. And a swing and a miss, and Sean is one strike away from coming all the way back. Behind 3-0, it's now 3-2 to Justin Allen. The 3-2 pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 4. So Allen gets on base with the walk. Still 2 outs for Franklin. And it's number 21, Ethan DiPaolo, coming up to the plate. A righty, Ethan DiPaolo, number 21, digs in. 2 outs, runner on first. That's low and away, and the runner stays on first. It's ball 1 to DiPaolo. The 1-0 pitch. That is hit to second base. Larsh is there. He bobbles it and will not make the play, and the throw is wild. Gets by McCarron, having trouble picking it up. The runner rounding third now. And then returns. So that's an error on Larsh at second. DiPaolo gets on. Justin Allen all the way to third on the wild throw. So technically 2 errors there, but still 2 outs, second and third now. Here's Jack Heaps, the pitcher, number 23. O'Neill comes right back with a strike. 0-1, that ball's in the dirt. It gets behind Gentile, and the runner goes, but goes back. Joey does a good job getting the bounce quickly off the backstop. 1-1 now to Jack. O'Neill winds and delivers. Whoa, not sure where that one missed. I guess a bit high. 2-1 now. To Heaps. That's flared off and out of play to the right. Excuse me, Jack Heaps, number 22. My mistake, not 23. 2-2 now to Heaps. 2 outs. 2 runners in scoring position for Franklin. O'Neill goes inside on that. It brings it to a full count now, 3-2. Big pitch here for both teams. And it's a base hit to right. That ball is down. 2 runs will score. And Franklin takes a 2-run lead on a base hit opposite field line drive by Jack Heaps. So after the big double play, a little defensive mishap, it leads to 2 runs. Still 2 outs though, runner on first now. The batter is Al Mucciaroni. From what I remember from last year, he had many nicknames. I believe Mooch being the obvious one, and I believe this was the young man they called Meatball. But I could be wrong about that. We'll wait until the crowd maybe yells it. There's a hard shot to MacArthur at third, who fields it on a hop. A nice strong throw to McCarron. They're out of the inning. But Franklin gets 2 runs on 1 hit and takes the lead after 1.5. Franklin 2, Holliston 1. And back to the action. It's O'Neill leading off. First pitch ground out to the second baseman. 1 pitch, 1 out here for Franklin. That was Sean O'Neill, number 10, the Holliston pitcher. And so quickly, Holliston has 1 out. In steps Terrence MacArthur, number 35. That's 1 strike now to Terrence. Terrence down the line, a base hit into the left field corner. Fielder bobbles it. Terrence will hold at first wisely. And that's a hard single for T-Mac Terrence MacArthur. As he gets on now with 1 out, in steps number 9, Joe Gentile. So I have been wrong the whole time. It is Heaps at shortstop, and the pitcher is Ryan Parlin for Franklin, who just throws that wild pitch, and Terrence will advance to second. So that is my bad. It is Ryan Parlin doing the pitching for Franklin. Heaps at short. Gentile with a base hit up the middle. Terrence rounding third. They're sending him. Nope, they put the brakes on, which again is a good move. Terrence would have easily been thrown out there, and Joe Gentile a big hit to start a potential rally here with 1 out. MacArthur to third, Gentile on first. Here is Brady Sweeney, number 6. First and third for Holliston, 1 out. That pitch is in the dirt. It's bobbled. There will be no throw on the play. Gentile is up, standing in a second. So now 2 runs in scoring position for Holliston with 1 down. On deck is Nick Larsh, the leadoff hitter. That's a ball inside. 2-0 to Sweeney. So Holliston trying to get those 2 runs back. And that's a ball high, 3-0. Quickly 3-0 to Sweeney. Looking to turn the top here and get Larsh up here with some runners on base. And that would have been ball 4 there. And Sweeney swings through it. Judging by the body language of the coaches, probably did not intend for him to swing. But that one's blown away, and we get the same result. It's ball 4. So Sweeney on with a bases on balls, and the bags are full for Holliston. And here's Nick Larsh, leadoff hitter. 2-1 Franklin, bottom of 2. Larsh certainly a contact hitter. And that pitch gets away. The runners will stay, though. It's ball 1 now to Larsh. Most likely will put the ball in play. 1 out here for this Holliston rally. 1-0 to Larsh. And that's fouled behind. 1-1 now to Larsh. Speaking of coaches, Holliston head coach Dan Larsh. Assistant coaches Tim McCarron, Joe Gentile, Dan Rudowitz, and Todd Kiley. And that ball is low. Catcher scoops it, didn't really see it in the cloud of dust. 2-1 to Larsh. Head coach for Franklin, Jeff Boudreau. 2-1 pitch to Larsh. That's up and away, and it's 3-1 now. A hitter's count for Larsh. Rudowitz on deck. So the meat of Holliston's order coming up here. And that's fouled straight back. So a good battle here between Ryan Parlin, the Franklin pitcher, and Nick Larsh. Full count. Something's going to happen here. And that one is fouled back. Good battle again between Larsh and Parlin. He winds and delivers. And he swings and misses on a high pitch, and that's a strikeout with the bases loaded. 2 down now. Big pitch for Franklin. And it's up to Rudowitz to get 1 in to tie the game and keep the inning going. And that's a low strike. Low and away, tough pitch there. Kevin in his last at-bat walked, but this one's hit deep to center. It is off the fence and under the fence. And there's confusion here as the player puts his ball. He doesn't know where the ball is. And it's right behind him the whole time. And all the Panther runners will score. Rudowitz to third. And we're going to wait and see what the call is. And he's sending Kevin back to second because the center fielder put his hands up. He lost the ball temporarily in the sign, but it bounced down on the ground right in front of him. Coach Larsh questioning. I think Coach Larsh has a point there. That ball was not lost. It was just lost to the center fielder. Nonetheless, they're going to rule that a double for Rudowitz. 2 runs scored. MacArthur comes in. Gentile comes in. And Sweeney to third. And this one's fouled straight back and out of play. This is Andrew Lee, again, very hot hitter for Holliston. He flew out deep to right in his last at-bat. 2 runners on. Rudowitz at second, Sweeney at third. 2 runs in. Panthers up 3-2, excuse me. And there's a hit past the shortstop. It's a base hit. It rolls all the way to the fence. The left fielder gets it, throws it into second. He is safe, and he's going to go to third now on the overthrow. 2 runs in for Lee. That's a 2-run double for Andrew Lee. Advancing on the E. Rudowitz scores. Sweeney scores. Holliston coming up with 4 quick runs here with 2 out. And Coach Boudreau brings his infield in for a quick chat. So from 2 outs and a couple runners on, actually it was 2 outs and bases loaded, to all of a sudden 4 runs in for Holliston, making it 5-2 Holliston. And in steps Owen McCarron, who walked his last time up. Winston on deck, so 2 outs, and it's Andrew Lee now on third. Parlin delivers, and it's fouled off Owen's foot for strike 1. Center fielder almost like playing at Wrigley Field and losing the ball in the ivy of the center field wall on that sign, which is a little baggy hanging off the fence there. And the ball just bounced up and under and disappeared for a quick second. 1-1 to McCarron. That's fouled straight back. 1-2 now to Owen McCarron. And when the ball bounced, it ended up behind the center fielder, and he had no idea where it was, as Panthers were rounding bases. But the umpire quickly took control and said it would be a ground rule double. McCarron swings and misses to end the inning. But Holliston gets 4 runs on 4 hits in that inning. That makes it 5-2 Panthers, the Holliston Panthers that in after 2 innings. Top of the third at Santos Field. Holliston meeting at the mound like they usually do to start the inning. We have some defensive repositioning that occurred. Winston, that's Sam Winston at first base. TJ Kiley now in at second. Nick Larsh has moved to center field. And it looks like Brady Sweeney in at right field. I believe he was there last inning. So your outfield is Lee, Larsh, and Sweeney. And the first pitch swing to Rudowitz at short. And it's a throw to first for the out. That was number 23, Ryan Parlin, your pitcher. That's 6-3 in your scorebook. And 1 quick out for the Panthers. Back to the top of the order, here is the lefty Luke Sidwell, who walked his first time up against O'Neill. It is O'Neill still on the mound in this top of the third inning. And that ball is high to Sidwell. 1-0 to Sidwell. Your infield from left to right is MacArthur, Rudowitz, Kiley, and Winston. Gentile still doing the catching. A battery of O'Neill and Kiley. That's a strike. I missed the last pitch. I think it was a ball. I'm going to say it's 2-1 here to Sidwell. That's a strike. And it must have been a ball because he would have been out by now. 2-2 now to Sidwell. 1 down here, top of the third. Beautiful Santos Field. O'Neill winds and delivers. And it looks like some type of a curve. Winston has it and tries to dive it first for the play. Had to go and get that play, that ball. That was in no man's land there. Dove and made it, but just too late, so he's on. That's an infield single. Tough for O'Neill to get to first, or Kiley. And that's a one-out hit. It's Tyler Boudreau who stands in now, who grounded into a double play his last time out. That's ball one high. So 1 out, 1 on for Franklin. That's low in the dirt. It gets behind Gentile, and Sidwell easily into second base. Two and 0 now to Boudreau. Runner in scoring position. That's Sidwell on second. That pitch is high. It's 3 and 0 now. To 3 and 0 to Boudreau, most likely has the take sign here. And he does, as O'Neill fires one right down the middle. It's 3 and 1 now. Left-handed hitter Boudreau on deck, Jacob Crisilio. And that's an inside strike, just on the inside corner. O'Neill 1 pitch away from coming all the way back. 3 and 2 now to Boudreau. O'Neill stands and delivers. And that's strike 3, a nice low strike for O'Neill, so he comes back and gets Boudreau looking for the second out. 2 down, runner on second, that's Sidwell, and here's Jacob Crisilio, number 16. He's the number 3 hitter. He grounded out to shortstop his last time up. O'Neill low for ball 1. And outside for ball 2 now to Crisilio. On deck is Dan Edgehill. 2 and 0 here to Crisilio. And it's fouled off his foot. That's a dead ball. First strike to Crisilio. It's 2 and 1 now, with again Sidwell on second base in scoring position. 2 outs in this top of the 3rd inning. Sean goes for a curveball that's in the dirt. Runner stays at second base. Count is 3 and 1. And that's fouled straight back and out of play. Another 3-2 battle here. Crisilio versus O'Neill. Sean looking to get the Panthers out of this inning. And that's low and in the dirt. It's a wild pitch. It gets by Gentile, which allows Sidwell to get to third. So a 2-out walk. And 2 down. Runners at the corners for the moment. And here is Dan Edgell, number 30, who grounded out to Kevin Rudowitz at shortstop in the first inning. Actually, to lead off the second. 1 pitch at bat. 2 down. And that's fouled off and out of play. O'Neill ahead of the batter, Edgehill, 0-1. It's 5-2 Holliston, but Panthers are threatening. And a quick timeout and a mound visit by head coach Dan Larsch. Going over a couple things with the battery of Gentile and O'Neill. Maybe just seeing how Sean feels, perhaps reminding about the first and third situation. Holliston at times will put on a defensive play to counteract the first to second steal here with the runners at the corners. Edgehill at the plate, 0-1. And that's a swing and a miss. It's quickly 0-2, pulling his head up there. No chance to hit that low pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. O'Neill 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. And it's fouled off. Edgehill stays alive. Brady! Over. Brady, not so much. Andrew Lee giving some outfielding tips for his peers in the outfield. And O'Neill ahead 0-2. And it's a hit hard. It's up the middle. Larsch fields it. 1 run is in. And they're sending him home as a play at the plate. It's Gentile. He's safe at the plate. And Edgehill all the way to second. So it's a 2-run single for Dan Edgehill with 2 strikes and, with 2 strikes and 2 outs to get both runners home. And it's now 5-4 Holliston. So some big 2-out RBIs there for Franklin to close the gap. And here's the lefty Shabak, who hit into a unassisted double play in the second inning. And this is a line drive base hit up the middle. And it's bobbled by Larsh. The runner would have scored anyways. And the ball's still in the outfield, now finally brought in. And that's another 2-out base hit. Edgehill scores. The game is tied. Franklin putting together quite a rally here with 2 down. They've got 3 here, and it's Justin Allen now who will step in. Justin Allen walked and scored his last time up. Still 2 outs. Holliston trying to get out of this inning. That's a ground ball. Winston fields it, gets to first, and makes the play. So the inning does finally end. But the Franklin Panthers get 3 runs on 3 hits. And the game is tied after 3 full innings, 5-5, Holliston and Franklin. Bottom 3, I was wrong, not 3 full innings, but 2.5, and now it's the bottom of the third. Here's Winston. It's a 5-5 game. Winston base hit up the middle in his last at-bat. That ball is low and gets behind the catcher for a ball. We have Winston, Dennison, O'Neill scheduled to hit in this bottom of the third inning. 5-5 game. And this one's hit to center, and it's hit right at the center fielder, who makes a nice play. That's number 17. Justin Allen makes the play. Deep shot to center, though, but not enough. And there's 1 quick out for Holliston. And it looks like T.J. Kiley has entered the game for Andrew Dennison. So T.J. Kiley now stepping in to hit his first at-bat of the game with 1 down. And there's an inside strike. 0-1 to Kiley. And that's, looks like behind TJ there for ball 1, 1-1. So Franklin had certainly put a 2-out rally together in the last inning to tie this game. Holliston looking for something here. There's a hit, but line drive right to the second baseman for Kiley. And that's 2 quick outs for Franklin. 2 outs, nobody on. In steps number 10, Sean O'Neill. He grounded out to second his first time up last inning. On deck is Terrence MacArthur. So O'Neill digs in with 2 outs. And it is still, the pitcher of record is Ryan Parlin throwing his 3rd inning. And it's 0-1 to O'Neill. That is low and away, 1-1. Wind up in the pitch. And it's a pop-up. And the catcher could not find it. He could have caught it, but that's a tough play for a catcher when it's hit straight up like that. And it drops, so that's just the second strike. It's 1-2 now to O'Neill. Wow, and I'm not sure how that was a strike. I don't blame Sean for not swinging at that. That looked very outside. The catcher had to stretch his arm to catch it, but nonetheless, it's strike 3 looking. And Holliston goes down 1-2-3 in that 3rd inning. Score after 3 full. Holliston 5, Franklin 5. Top of the 4th inning, we have a new pitcher for Holliston. It's Owen McCarron, number 7. So O'Neill is done for the day. And first pitch swinging, ground ball to short. Throws to first, and that's a nice crisp play, keeping Kevin busy over there at shortstop. So that was Ethan DiPaolo with the ground out, 6-3. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Owen McCarron, number 7. O'Neill with 3 innings pitched, giving up 5 total runs. McCarron now facing Jack Heaps, number 22, and it's ball 1 as McCarron is low and outside. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and topped foul. Just barely got a piece of that one. 1-1 to number 22, Jack Heaps, who was your shortstop for the first few innings. Just missing inside. The ump motioned like he was going to call a strike, but didn't. 1-2. And that somehow is a strike. Excuse me, 2-2 now. My mistake. 2 balls and 1 strike before. Now 2-2 to Heaps. The wind up in the pitch from McCarron, and it's cracked hard to Kiley at second. Fields it, throws to first. Nice clean play there from Kiley to Winston, and 2 down quickly for Franklin. Here comes number 25, Al Mucciaccioni. And I could easily be not saying his name right. And that's a ball 1 low in the dirt. Meatball's a lot easier, as I believe he was called last year. Or we'll stick with Mooch. 1-0 to number 25. And that's a strike. Umpire seems to have a wide zone today, especially outside half of the plate on right-handed batters. 2 down, nobody on. That's a ground ball through McCarron. Rudowitz to Winston, and that will end the inning. So Holliston comes back with a 1-2-3 inning themselves after getting shut down to start the 4th inning. No runs, no hits for Franklin. It's 5-5, heading towards the bottom of the 4th inning. Bottom of the 4th inning for Holliston. It's a 5-5 game. We have a new pitcher for Franklin. It's Cohen Benetti, number 27, who comes in. So Ryan Parlin is done for the day. He pitched 3 innings, giving up 5 runs. So good game so far, back and forth. It's 5-5, and here is MacArthur, number 35, who singled his last time up into left field. And MacArthur flares one down the right field line and foul. Not a play. 0-2 now for Terrence. It'll be MacArthur, Gentile, Sweeney scheduled to hit. Number 27, Benetti, delivers, and it's outside to T-Mac. Nothing close there on an 0-2 pitch. There's a pitch you never want to put it right over the plate for sure with 2 strikes. Try to get the hitter to reach for something. And that's inside. It's 2-2 now to MacArthur. Terrence looking to get something started here for the Holliston Panthers. And that's low and gets behind the catcher. It's 3-2 now, so Terrence has worked the count from 0-2 down to 3-2. Trying to get on base somehow for Holliston. And Terrence hits it hard, but right back to the pitcher. Benetti makes a nice, easy play to get MacArthur, and there's 1 out. Good play by Benetti, good quick hands. High hopper right back to him. Here is Joe Gentile, number 9, who singled up the middle his last time up. And that is low and away to Joe Gentile. 1-0 to Joe. 1 out for Holliston. That's in the dirt. 2-0 now to Joe. Holliston trying to get this bottom of the order through the top of the order. 2-0, 1 out. Benetti deals. And it's, wow, a low strike called there. 2-1 now to Joe Gentile. And that is hit to right field. It's in the gap. The right fielder makes a nice play to cut it off, though, and holds Joe to a single. But Joe Gentile, 2 for 2 today. Might be his first couple hits of the year. Might have had 1 or 2 scattered around, but great to see Joe getting the bat on the ball. Had a good week of practice in the cages. And in steps, and Andrew Dennison has replaced Brady Sweeney. Andrew Dennison re-entering the game. Andrew, his first time up, popped up to the second baseman and then was removed and now has re-entered the game. So Dennison in with 1 out. Gentile on first. That's in the dirt but scooped. Good play by the catcher. And Andrew looking to move Joe along. That's in the dirt also. Another good scoop. And Eddie winds and delivers. That's a strike to Dennison. It is 2-2 to Andrew with 1 out. Andrew looking to get the bat on the ball here and move Joey along. And it's low in the dirt again for ball 3, so it's a full count now to Andrew. On deck, Larsh. The leading runner is on first for the Holliston Panthers. The pitch. And it's in the dirt, and swing and a miss for Andrew. That will be the second out for the Panthers. Gentile stays at first. And 2 down now for Nick Larsh. Larsh has singled and struck out today, 1 for 2. 2 down, Gentile will be off the crack of the bat. Nick typically a contact hitter. And that misses low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to number 12, Nick Larsh. Gentile on first, or Gentili, as Coach Gentile told me back in the old country of Italy is how it was pronounced. 2-0 now to Larsh. On deck is Rudowitz. Winds and delivers. And it's hit hard, but right at the center fielder, and that will end the inning. Center fielder makes a nice play. That was number 17, Justin Allen, again making another nice play. And that will do it for Holliston in the 4th. 1 hit, no runs. We're still tied at 5 after 4. Back at Santos Field, Tondorf baseball. Big battle here for the rights to first place. And the 3-0 Holliston Panthers are tied right now with the 2-1 Franklin Panthers. 5-5, it's the top of the 5th, and leading off for Franklin is Ryan Parlin, number 23. Looks like number 27 has been inserted into the lineup for Parlin. And that's your new pitcher, Benetti. So Benetti has entered the game. That's Cohen Benetti, number 27. And it's a 1-1 count now to Cohen Benetti. Some defensive switches in the outfield. Andrew Dennison has returned to center field. Joe Gentile in right. And catching now is Nick Larsh. Sean O'Neill has moved to third. So left to right in the outfield, you have Lee, Dennison, and Gentile. And left to right in your infield at third is O'Neill. Short is Rudowitz. Second, Kiley. First, Winston. Your battery of McCarron and Larsh. 1-2 now to Benetti. 2-2 in the dirt. So this is the bottom of their order. They'll have Sidwell on deck, number 19, their leadoff hitter, who is 1 for 2. McCarron looks in. And took something off that, maybe a curveball, hard to tell from out here, from our beautiful executive suite here in left center field. But a beautiful pitch nonetheless, and that's a swing and a miss for the strikeout. One down now for Franklin, and here's your leadoff hitter, Luke Sidwell, number 19, 1 for 2. First time facing McCarron today. That's a good inside strike there, right on the inside corner. On deck, Boudreau for Franklin, 1 down. Right down the middle, and McCarron quickly ahead 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Again, another breaking ball. Wow, and somehow that was high. Should have been a strike. A beautiful pitch. I think it fooled the umpire. Owen laughing it off, though, as he should. And moving on to the next pitch, it's 1-2 now to Sidwell. And that's fouled off and out of play. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. It's the top of the 5th, and it's a 5-5 baseball game. Sidwell digs in. 1-2 is the count. That's in the dirt. It'll be 2-2 now. He's not doing this today. He's not doing it. 2-2 pitch. And another nice curveball. It's grounded to Kiley. Kiley fields it quickly, and he is safe. He beat that one out. Kind of a slow roller there, and speedy Sidwell gets on base. TJ did a nice job staying down on the ball. Perhaps with a little bit of charging that ball, they might have had him. So in steps the lefty Boudreau. He has grounded out to short and struck out looking, 0 for 2 today. That's in the dirt. It gets by Larsh. Sidwell makes the turn. And a wild pitch gets Sidwell to second, so runner in scoring position for Franklin. That's the lead runner with 1 down. The 1-0 pitch. That's a strike. On deck is Jacob Crisilio. And that is topped off the plate. And the umpire is saying interference. And I'm guessing it's on the catcher, Larsh. And it appears that the batter swung and hit Larsh's glove hand. And that means Boudreau gets first. So now first and second for Franklin on the catcher's interference. And 1 down, so a force in the infield, and up steps Jacob Crisilio, number 16. He has walked and grounded out to short. Good pitch there by McCarron. It's 0-1. So 5-5 game here at Santos Field in Medway. Good baseball game. We've seen some nice defense today by both teams. And good pitching. That pitch is just high by McCarron. It's 1-1. Two runners on for Franklin. And that's in the dirt and gets by Larsh. And the runners advance 1 base, and it's second and third now. Two and one now to Crisilio. There's no more force on the infield. The leading runner now at third, number 20, Tyler Boudreau at second. Coach Larsh has come out to talk to McCarron, and Larsh looks like giving Nick some tips there about potentially trying to block the ball and trying to keep the boys up in spirits here with 1 out in a 5-5 game. Anything could happen here. Second and third. It's 2-1 to Crucilio. And that's swung and fouled off his foot, it looked like to me. A late call by the umpire, but looked like it fouled it off his foot for a dead ball right along the line there. So 2 strikes now, 2-2 to Crucilio. On deck is Dan Edgel, who had a big 2-run hit last time up. McCarron delivers, and this one is ripped foul, way ahead of it, and flared down into the stands along the left field fence and out of play. Still 2-2. Looks like Crucilio really on top of this, really ahead of the ball. Fouled it down the line. Another foul out of play on the left side. McCarron deals, and it's inside for ball 3. It's a 3-2 count now, full count. McCarron looks in. And again, the batter tops it off himself. Got a few of those today, foul balls, the batter getting hit by their own foul balls. So this 3-2 important battle here continues. McCarron versus Crucilio. And it's hit hard into left field for a base hit. 1 run is in, and the runner at third holds at third. So the ball was fielded cleanly by Lee and brought right in, but that's a good battle by Jacob Crucilio, and he gets through. And that's 1 run in, so Franklin has taken the lead 6-5. Boudreau over to third, and on the throw, Crucilio to second. So 1 down now. 6-5 Panthers, that's the Franklin Panthers, with 1 out. And this one's fouled off and out of play. This is Dan Edgel, who had a 2-run single his last time up, and his first time up grounded out to short, so he's 1 for 2. And he's looking for a couple more ribbies here. McCarron trying to give his Panthers an out. And that's a swing and a miss. 0-2 quickly on Edgel. On deck, Christian Shabik, who singled his last time up. Panthers need an out. That's the Holliston Panthers. And it's another ground ball to third. O'Neill to first. And the runners advance. They got to play at second, but nobody's there. And now the ball is thrown into the outfield. They had the runner at second, but nobody covering second. And a run comes in. So the play, they get the out on the third to first. Crucilio stays at second. Should have been thrown out if we had a run. Somebody covering second, but nobody there. So 2 runs now in for Franklin. They've got a 7-5 lead. There's 2 outs. Here's Christian Shabik, number 16. He singled his last time up. So still a runner in scoring position. 2 down now, though, for Holliston. That's low and takes an awkward bounce high over the catcher's head. And Crucilio will advance all the way to third base. I believe the count's 2-0 to Shabik. And that's a ground ball to first, fielded cleanly by Winston, and ends the inning. But the Franklin Panthers get 2 runs on 2 hits. And it is now 7-5 Franklin as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 7-5 game. Franklin ahead by 2. And in steps That's Kevin Rudowitz with a base hit up the middle to get things started here in the fifth for Holliston. So Kevin now 2 for 3, a double and a single. And Andrew Lee steps in. Andrew Lee doubled his last time up in the second inning. Andrew Lee has been on the ball this season, literally and figuratively, putting the bat on the ball almost every at-bat. And this one is flared off and out of play, foul. So 0-1 here to Lee. McCarron on deck. McCarron, Winston, Kiley scheduled to hit coming up. So leadoff runner on for Holliston. They've got to get something going here to chip away and reduce the lead. And Lee takes a pitch high. It's 1-1. The pitch. And Lee rips it off the fence, into left field. Rudowitz going to third. And it's a stand-up double for Andrew Lee, who continues to swing a hot stick. Good play by the left fielder, number 25, Al Mucciaroni, to get that one in, because that was a rocket. And Lee again right on the ball with a double there. And now Holliston, first 2 runners on, nobody out. And we've got McCarron and Winston coming up. Owen McCarron digs in. He has struck out and he has walked today. Good spot for Owen, who would love to get on base somehow or at least advance his teammates. So leadoff batters on in the fifth. Holliston down 2. The pitcher, Benetti, delivers, and it's outside. Ball 1 to McCarron. The 1-0 pitch. That's high and gets away, and no advancement by the runners. Smart decision there as the bounce came back to the catcher. And with nobody out, the Panthers do not want to make that first out at home plate, especially this late in the game, down 2. 2-0 to McCarron. That's in the dirt. It's 3-0 now to McCarron. 3-0 to McCarron. First base is empty. Winston on deck, who is 1 for 2 in the game. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And it's a strike. Nice pitch with a little movement on it. 3-1 now to McCarron, who we know will be looking to attack the ball here with a hitter's count of 3-1. And it's a swing and a miss. It gets by, but the catcher quickly recovers. A little confusion there at the plate, but good hustle anyways when you don't know the count. Owen started to run, but it's 3-2 now. So full count to McCarron. Lee on second, Rudowitz on third, nobody out. And he looks at strike 3 right down the middle. So 1 down for the Panthers. And in steps Sam Winston, number 5. He's 1 for 2 with a base hit back in the first inning. Kiley on deck. And that's low and in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Sam. Looking again, just like Owen, to try to advance his teammates and even better get on base. The 1-0 pitch. That's high. Sam laid off that high one. 2-0 now. Hitter's count for Sam. Outfielders pretty much playing him straight away. The 2-0 pitch. And it's 3-0 now to Winston. 3-0. I would imagine getting the take sign here with Kiley on deck. And he does get the take sign and looks at a strike. So 3-1 now to Sam. Hitter's count here. Sam hoping to attack the ball here and make some contact and move those runners. 3-1 pitch by Benetti. And another strike right down the middle. Full count now. for Sam. Runners in scoring position, 2 runners in scoring position, the 3-2 pitch. And he does walk him. And Sam gets on, not even close on that one. So the bags are full now for TJ Kiley. TJ lined out to the second baseman, hit a line drive right to the second baseman. So Kiley up in a big spot here, bottom 5. In the last game, TJ had the big single that brought home the leading run in, ended up being the winning run for Holliston. So can he do it again? And there's a low strike, low on the outside corner for strike 1. So 1 down, bases loaded. We've got Rudowitz on third. Feels like he's been there for 20 minutes. Lee on second, Winston on first, Kiley at the plate. And Kiley ground ball, it's to first. They throw home, they get the force at home. Oh, and the runners don't know how many outs. And it's a double play as Andrew Lee stopped at second. Wow. And Holliston runs themselves out of an inning. And nobody scores there. So it will continue to be Franklin 7, Holliston 5. We head to the 6th. Top of the 6th, and the first pitch is a ground ball to Winston. It's foul, though, and out of play. So McCarron's still on the hill now, his 3rd inning of pitching, and he's facing Justin Allen, number 17. Allen has walked and grounded out to first base. The lefty Allen digs in. It's a 7-5 Franklin lead in the top of the 6th. And McCarron delivers, and it's fouled off. So quickly 0-2 on Justin Allen. As Holliston tries to prevent Franklin from scoring so they can get in only down 2 to bat in the bottom of the 1st. The windup and the pitch. And a nice change of pace there, or curveball. And he gets the swing and the miss strikeout. So McCarron whiffs Allen for the first out. It's Ethan DiPaolo stepping in. He has grounded out to short and reached base on an error. So technically 0 for 2 for DiPaolo. 1 out here in the 6th. And that's a nice low strike there for McCarron. Just outside, it's 1-1 now. McCarron looks in. 1 out, nobody on. That's low and in the dirt, gets by Lush, but doesn't matter because nobody's on. So DiPaolo has a 2-1 count. Top of the 6th here at beautiful Santos Field in Medway. A gorgeous afternoon for baseball. The windup and the pitch, it's outside, and it's 3-1 now to DiPaolo. And McCarron now looking for that second strike. It's a 3-1 count to DiPaolo, and he lobs it right down the middle. DiPaolo way ahead of it and fouls it off, so we got a full count. (3-2). On deck is Jack Heaps, who is 1 for 2 today. The 3-2 pitch to DiPaolo. And that's hit deep to right. It's in the gap. It's between Dennison and Gentile. Andrew fields it. Gets it in quickly to Kiley, to the cut, and it's a clean double for Ethan DiPaolo. A 1-out double to get Franklin started. Jack Heaps steps in. Heaps grounded out to second his second time up, and he singled his first time up. So 1 down now, and a man in scoring position for Franklin. McCarron, a nice pitch on the outside corner, 0-1 to Heaps. Same fielders as the last inning. No changes made defensively. Ball in the dirt, low and away. And it's 1-1. No advancement by the runner. And that is outside. Umpire signaling almost like it was a strike, but it was outside. 2-1 now to Heaps. On deck is Al Mucciaroni. That's low in the dirt. 3-1 now to Heaps. McCarron looking in for the signal. He delivers. And a low strike. I think Holliston got a little gift there. That looked like it was in the dirt almost. 3-2 though. Nice break for McCarron. Let's see if he can come back and use it to his advantage. 3-2 pitch. And just fouls it off. Heaps just barely getting a piece of that baseball. We wouldn't say he got a heap of it, just a sliver. I couldn't resist. 3-2. Good battle here between McCarron and Heaps. And it's a fly ball to right. Gentile is under it. Makes the catch. They get it in quickly. The runner from second, that is DePaulo, tags and goes to third. A nice play by Gentile to field it cleanly. There's 2 down now for the Panthers. Runner on third. This would be a big out to get from McCarron. It's Al Mucciaroni. He has grounded out to short and third base today. He's 0 for 2. Two down, runner on third. And there's a strike. 0-1 to Meatball Al. Coming up for Holliston in the 6th will be O'Neill, MacArthur, Gentile scheduled to hit. Good change of pace there on the pitch, and it's fouled back. It is 0-2 now to Mucciaroni. See what McCarron does here. He's been changing speeds. He's got a little curveball, or will he just try to blow him away here on the 0-2 pitch? Comes right at him, and it's a ground ball through and up the middle. And Mucciaroni with a big hit for the Franklin team and knocks in a big 2-out run, an insurance run there. And Franklin now up 8-5, and Larsh coming out to the mound to talk to Owen McCarron. As they talk on the mound, we will take a break for a moment. Back to the action. It is Cohen Benetti, the pitcher, who is now hitting for Franklin. There's 2 outs. Top of the 6th. Franklin has 1 run in. It's 8-5 Franklin. They have a runner on first. That's Al Mucciaroni. So bottom of the order is Benetti, and that's a strike. Again, looked outside to me, but Benetti struck out his last time up. Oh and 1, McCarron quickly ahead of Benetti. There's a nice pitch by Owen. It's 0-2 now. 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Can the Panthers do it? 0-2 now to Benetti. And it's a ground ball to third. O'Neill scoops it to first, and it's dug out at first, and they do get out of the inning. That's a ground ball from O'Neill to Winston to end the inning, but Franklin does get 1 run on 2 hits. Our scoring department questioning that last hit by Mucciaroni could be changed to an error on Rudowitz as the piece of the glove there. We're not sure. Either way, it's 8-5 Franklin heading to the bottom of the 6th. The last chance for the Panthers. This is it for Holliston. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. Panthers down 3, 8-5. It is Benetti that's Cohen Benetti still on the mound for Franklin, looking to close this thing up. And it's number 10, Sean O'Neill, who digs in. Sean has grounded out to second. He has struck out looking today. He's 0 for 2. Hoping to get himself on base here and begin a Panther rally. Number 10, O'Neill digs in. And the swing and a miss. One and one to O'Neill. Holliston needs some base runners and quickly. And another swing and a miss. It's strike 2 now. 1 and 2 to O'Neill. Wind blowing out here at Santos Field. And Holliston, I'm going to try to jinx it. Holliston has hit home runs in every game this season. And nothing today over the fence. And I'm hoping that I'm jinxing that so that we'll see one. 2-2 count here for O'Neill. And that's in the dirt, but Sean swings. He's going to run to first, and they get him. So a swing and a miss, third strike for Sean, and one down for Franklin. Up steps Terrence MacArthur, so Holliston down to their final 2 outs. Terrence has singled and grounded out to the pitcher today. He's 1 for 2. Gentile on deck, and Andrew Dennison in the hole. Terrence looks at strike 1. 0-1 to Terrence. Terrence a contact hitter, hoping he gets on. But Holliston will need more than just one player to get on base. That's low and in the dirt. It seems like there's been a lot of pitches in the dirt for this Franklin team. I wonder if the coaching staff has been directed by their scouting department to pitch the Holliston Panthers low to try to keep the ball in the park, possibly. 1-1 pitch. That's hit high and deep to right. Back at the fence. And number 30, that is Dan Edgehill, makes the catch. So Terrence gives it a ride, but Edgehill right there to make the play. And the Holliston Panthers down to their final out, but it's the hottest hitter of the day for Holliston, Joe Gentile, who is 2 for 2. Trying to keep things going for the Panthers, and he swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. It's 0-1 to Joe. Looks like Andrew Dennison is on the on-deck circle for the Panthers if Joe can find a way to get on. 8-3 Franklin, 2 outs in the 6th. The pitcher, Benetti, steps off, gathers himself. The 0-1 pitch. It's low and in the dirt. 1-1 to Joey G. And this one's hit deep to left. It's going to get over the left fielder's head. Gentile running to second, and he's going to be safe. So a big double, Joe Gentile, 3 for 3, and I might have blocked the view of the camera there. That's a rookie mistake on my part. Joe hit it so hard I was standing and watching. So that's a double in the gap for number 9, who just slides in safely at second. The ball was there ahead of time, but somehow Joe got in. So Joe 3 for 3 today, wow. And Andrew Dennison now steps in with 2 down and a runner on second. That's ball 1 to Andrew. Andrew has struck out and has popped out to the second baseman. So he's 0 for 2. Andrew hoping to keep it alive here, and we have Nick Larsh on deck. And this is a base hit for Dennison. They will hold Gentile at third, so Andrew keeps the rally going with a nice inside-out swing. And a base hit for Dennison, so it'll be up to Nick Larsh to keep this going. He is the tying runner at the plate with home run power. So first and third for the moment here for Nick Larsh. Larsh has singled, struck out, and flown out. Larsh digs in, and it's a strike. And it looks like they are keeping Andrew at first for the moment. 1 strike to Nick Larsch. Number 12 on deck is Rudowitz. If they can keep it going, the Panthers looking for some late game magic. And that's outside, 1-1 to Nick Larsch. One and one to Larsch, 2 outs, runners at the corner, tying runner at the plate for Holliston. Benetti delivers. It's in the dirt. Scooped nicely by the catcher. 2-1. Tension building here. Teams waiting for the next game to play. They're watching. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Larsch. That's in the dirt. And it's 3-1 now, as perhaps that strike zone getting a little tighter for the pitcher from Franklin, Cohen Benetti. Tough to always get that final out. Can't run the clock out in baseball. You've got to get that final out. It's a 3-1 pitch now to Larsch. And that is high ball 4, so Larsch is on, the tying runner at first, and Kevin Rudowitz now with the bases loaded. Kevin has doubled. He has also grounded out, and it looks like there'll be a conference at the mound. Coach Boudreau will bring his infield in now. Bases loaded. Coach Larsch talking to his hitter, pumping him up, giving him some confidence, telling him he knows he can do it and come through. Keep it simple, just a single, or a walk even at this point, somehow to get on. And Andrew Lee on deck. Would love to see Andrew get a chance here. Tying runner on third, so Holliston threatening, all with 2 outs. O'Neill and MacArthur went down quickly. Gentile with a double. Dennison with a single. Larsch walked, and the bases are loaded, and here is Kevin Rudowitz. Bases loaded, Benetti delivers. And there's a low strike on Kevin. 0-1 to Kevin Rudowitz as Kev digs in. Benetti winds, delivers. And there's hit right to the shortstop. He makes the throw. It's a wild throw. The first baseman not on the base, and Kevin is in standing up. So Holliston scores. Gentile comes in. It's 8-6. Rudowitz on with, I guess, a fielder's choice or an error. Larsch to second. Dennison to third. Rudowitz on, and here is the hottest hitter. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Andrew Lee. We were hoping we could get to him. Lee McCarron Winston coming up. Tying runner now on second for Andrew Lee. Lee is the man we want up so far. He's had a great season. He's cool and calm, hopefully feeling no pressure here, just trying to get himself on base somehow and extend the game. The 1-0 pitch to Lee. And that's in the dirt. 2-0 now to Lee. A hitter's count for Andrew Lee. McCarron on deck. These are the toughest moments in a baseball game, getting these final outs with runners on. Benetti trying to do it for his Franklin team, the 2-0 pitch. And it's a ground ball to short. It's bobbled. He'll make the play to third, and that will end the game. And the Franklin Panthers have beaten, in a battle of the Panthers, have beaten the Holliston Panthers 8-6 in this big game early in the Tondorf season. So both teams now at 3-1. An exciting back and forth contest today with Holliston taking an early lead, 1-0. The Franklin team coming back with 2 in the second. Holliston coming back with 4 in the second. And then not much else for the Holliston Panthers from that point on. Only 1 run as they were shut down by Cohen Benetti. And Franklin just scrapped away with a couple hits and some timely walks and some great pitching from Cohen Benetti. And the Franklin Panthers, again, will take this game, game number 4 of this Tondorf season, by a score of 8-6. Well, we will do some more games. I speak for Mark Dennison, my cameraman and co-producer. We enjoy and love broadcasting these baseball games, and we're off to a good start with an exciting ball game. A disappointing loss, though, for the Panthers, but certainly far from the end of the world. We have a lot of season left and room to improve. We'll be back right here tomorrow as Holliston will take on a Bellingham team that has been playing some good baseball as well. So, from Santos Field in Medway at the Cassidy Field Complex on June 24th, it is final score, the Franklin Panthers 8, Holliston Panthers 6. For Mark Dennison, I'm Brian Winston. We'll see you soon.